Module 2, Lesson 24. Here we have the problem 54 divided by 10. What is 54 in unit form? Right, 5 tens, 4 ones. Let's solve this problem using place value discs. So we have 5 tens and 4 ones for 54. There we go. That was our wholes or dividend, and we're dividing by 10. When we divide 10 by 10, we would get 1. So for each of these tens, dividing it by 10, we'd get 1. When we divide a 1 by 10, we would get 1/10, or a tenth. So for each of these, we would get 0.1 when we divide it by 10. Therefore, our answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4/10. So 54 divided by 10 is 5 and 4/10, which is written that way. I wrote that previous problem there, 54 divided by 10 equals 5 and 4/10. Now we're taking 5 and 4/10 and we're dividing by 10. Let's take a look at that with place value discs and see what happens. Here I'm modeling those 5 ones that are within 5 and 4/10. And if we were to write that in unit form, it'd be 5 ones with 4/10. So we'd write 4/10 as well. There's 1/10, and 2/10, and 3/10, and 4/10. What am I dividing by? Still dividing by 10. When I divide 1 by 10, I get 1/10. So for 5 ones divided by 10, I would get 5/10. There's 3 of them. 4, 5/10. When I divide 1/10 by 10, I would get 1/100th. The digit shifts one more place over to the right when I divide by 10. So for 4/10 divided by 10, I would get 4/100ths. And I'll go ahead and write that in. So as you see, our answer is we've got 5/10 put together with 4/100ths. So our answer is 0.54. You notice about our answers here, 0.54 or 54/100ths is actually 1/10 smaller than 5 and 4/10. Just as what we were dividing, 54, 5 and 4/10 is 1/10 smaller than 54. Another way to look at this is this quotient here, that way, is 10 times larger, just as 5.4 or 5 and 4/10 is 10 times larger than 54/100ths. Do you know what would happen if we divided 54/100ths by 10? Right, the decimal places would shift over one place to the left, which moves the digits one place to the right from our understanding of place value. Take a look what happens here. Noticing a pattern there? Here I've written it another way. 54 divided by 10 is 5 and 4/10. Divided by 10 again is 54/100ths. And divided by 10 again would be 54 thousandths. Placed into a place value chart, we had 54. Here's 5 4/10, 54 hundredths, and 54 thousandths. So you can see that pattern in a different way. Here we're working on 54 divided by 90. This problem is different than the other one we just solved in that we're dividing by 90 instead of dividing by 10. I do know that 54 divided by 9 is equal to 6. And then so that fact is going to go ahead and help me solve this problem. I can go ahead and break apart 90 and decompose 90 with 10 as a factor. That would be 10 times 9 to be able to get 90. So I can rewrite this as 54 divided by 10 divided by 9. Then, just as before, I have 54 divided by 10, which is equal to 5.4 divided by 9. If we rename 5 4/10 into tenths, that would be worth 54 tenths. So I would have 54 tenths divided by 9. And 54 divided by 9, as I said before, was 6. So I have 6 tenths, which can be written as 0.6. So that 54 divided by 90 is equal to 0.6, or 6 tenths. Here I have 3 5/10 divided by 70. I'm going to go ahead and express 3 5/10 as tenths. So that's worth how many tenths? 35 tenths. Correct. And that's still divided by 70. Now I'm going to go ahead and decompose and break apart 70 as a factor of 10. 10 times a number, and I know that is 10 times 7. So this is now 35 tenths divided by 10 divided by 7. 7 a little bit nicer there. I know that 35 tenths divided by 10 there is, if I divide 35 tenths there by 10, I would get 35 hundredths. And then now I'm dividing 35 hundredths by 7. 35 divided by 7 is 5, so the answer is 5 hundredths. Reading my whole equation, that's 3 5/10 divided by 70 equaling 5 hundredths, which does equal, written in standard form, 0.05. Let's look at this problem here, 3.24 divided by 3. We want to write this back as a whole number, so we would express this. We know that this is 3 24 hundredths, so we express this as hundredths, as 324 hundredths divided by 3. Now we have whole number division. 324 divided by 3, which we can do using the standard algorithm. 3 goes into 3 one whole time. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. Bringing down the 2. 2 divided by 3. Cannot do that, so we place a 0. 0 times 3 equals 0. 2 minus 0 is 2. Bring down the 4. 24 divided by 3 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24. 24 minus 24 is 0. So 324 hundredths divided by 3 is 108 hundredths, which I would rewrite as 1.08. 100 hundredths would equal 1, and then I'd be left with 8 hundredths. So 3 24 hundredths divided by 3 is 1 8 hundredths. Okay, so we have 3 24 hundredths divided by 3 equaling 1 8 hundredths. Now this is a similar problem where it is that we have 32 and 4/10 then, and then in this case, let's try dividing by 300. Now this is similar in that we look right here, this is 3 and 24/100ths, this is now 32 and 4/10. This number is actually 10 times larger. However, we're also dividing by a number that is now 100 times larger. And then so our digits within our answer actually should be similar, and actually should be the same, except they're just going to be in different places. Let's see how it is that this compares. We're not going to break down into hundredths this time because this is 32.4 and 32 and 4/10, so we divide into tenths, so that would be 324/10. And then now we're dividing by 300, which is the same as dividing by 3 and then dividing by 100. Now we have 324/10 divided by 3. We have this answer still from our standard algorithm of 108, so we will use that still, which is 108/10. But I'm still dividing by 100. When I divide a tenth by 100, if I divided a tenth by 10, it would equal 100th. So if I divide a tenth by 100, it would equal 1,000. So now we have 108 thousandths, which we write as 0.108. And then so as you see, these answers do compare in that this answer here is actually 10 times smaller than this answer here.